to try and collect vegetables that I like.
You
Definitely.
collect them and put them on a shelf to display.
Yes, because I keep buying stuff that I don't like, or I only like in like specific circumstances.
That's fair.
Like one of the vegetables that I do like is zucchini, but only if it's been roasted.
Ooh, there you go.
I don't think I can actually stand a lot of green vegetables if they're slightly undercooked, and I definitely don't like them raw.
You know, one that I love is eggplant, but it has to be done right because there are so many ways to screw up eggplant. Like I've tried, I have not been able to do it myself. My attempts to make eggplant have either made it come out way too greasy, like dab it with a paper towel greasy, or just like mush.
Yeah, I do need to try stuff with eggplant.
I really like fried eggplant, but I think that's a little less healthy and does not count.
So long as it has vegetable fiber in it, I'm pretty sure it's okay.
Eggplant parmesan.
And it's low starch.
Yeah. Eggplant parmigiana is pretty good. I will definitely give that to Italy. Yeah. Love eggplant parmesan.
Stream on Discord. Okay.
All right.
You eat a lot of fruit too, Rick?
I try. I am going to try adding more of that to my diet.
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Okay, we're live. Yeah, I got bopped. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nutrition Hour with the Crew.
From where rust weaves. Where was that? Now, I also do actually like spinach.
Spinach is good.
Yeah, well, I like...
Now, of course, in order to actually eat spinach, it does kind of need to have at least a little oil in it.
Yeah. A lot of the things that make spinach palatable for me make it less healthy as well, so, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I like spinach, when it's on a pepperoni and salami sandwich.
It's also, like, I've put spinach into, like, anything that has cheese and cream in it, and it definitely cuts through the fat, so I do like that flavor.
One time I made spinach dip, like, actually, more or less from scratch. Not entirely from scratch, but most from scratch. And it was pretty damn good, and it just felt like too much effort for me to ever bother again. Because I'm that guy.
Okay.
Like it's says, spinach is good in pizza. Yeah, it's not bad.
You said you don't like raw vegetables. You ever try grated carrots with olive oil and salt? I really like that.
Carrots are actually like one of the worst ones for me. Because I don't even like carrots cooked.
Yeah. Carrots are just... They're sauce vehicles.
But also, like, they're fine if you
also
like...
do not like cooked carrots, for the record.
Like, I can eat carrots raw. Carrot juice is okay.
My dad was real big on carrot juice. But then again, he was also real big on wheatgrass juice, and that stuff is kind of like drinking lawn clippings, So.
You know what? I forgot to put the machine gun in my loadout.
I can do broccoli, but I have to put something on it. I can't do it by itself,
I'm not really sure I like broccoli at all either.
No, not feeling the broccoli.
You guys
No.
don't like broccoli?
Broccoli is fine if you smother it entirely in cheese.
Yeah, basically. Well,
Nah. I don't like broccoli and cheese. I
Nah.
take broccoli and I coat it with a little bit of margarine, and I'm good.
I can also eat broccoli florets raw with some kind of dipping sauce. But any more than that, and it just kind of disgusting when you cook it.
There was a lot of stuff, I probably mentioned this before, where the way my mother prepared it, or in some cases the way the cafeteria prepared it, turned me off to it, because I just assumed that's how it would always taste forever. You know, that's how everybody
Man,
made
I
it.
can't
Because
believe you guys are hating on broccoli like this. I literally have broccoli for lunch, and I'm probably gonna have more broccoli for dinner.
Miller, I don't hate broccoli. I'm broccoli agnostic. You know.
Broccoli need to be good quality to begin with, which they aren't always, and be cooked exactly right, or they
Oh,
get
sure.
really gross.
Yeah, no argument there.
Oh, you don't believe in our Lord and Savior, Broccolizinus?
I'm an adherence to Flying Spaghetti Monster. Thank you. No, no, I'm neutral on broccoli. Like it's, you know, I recognize its copious nutritional value, but I'm never gonna be like super in love with it.
Let's see. I like broccoli. I like Brussels sprouts if they're cooked well. Here's like bell peppers, but like green bell peppers are not really like a nasty. That's one I've always been weirded by, is like how green bell peppers are seen as like the thing that nobody wants to eat in Japan, and yet it's like not a thing in America. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, bell peppers, you put that in whatever. It's not like the vegetable that your parents made you eat or whatever.
I like bell peppers of all colors. Although I will say this.
How does
I'm
that
more
work?
likely I'm more likely to put the green ones in if I'm doing like a Mexican dish, you know, tacos or burritos or fajitas or
Do you have to?
of course I did. Come on, it's
Yeah,
me.
okay.
Love bell peppers, charred, skinned, and lightly fried.
Yeah, that's a good one, definitely.
See, I take what I do for sandwiches is just take raw bell peppers, split it in half, de-seed it, julienne it, and then just eat it like that.
Wow, you get fancy.
Well, julienne just means cut into slices, like
Oh,
thin
that's
slices.
true. Yeah,
like little strips.
I love slow roasting peppers. That is one of my most favorite things ever. Just like you put the oven to the minimum setting necessary to get the job done, and just leave them in there for like 3 hours or so, with slathered in like olive oil or something like that, or peanut oil, and just so good. One thing I haven't done in a long time is fire roast veggies, because the last opportunity I had to do that was about the last time I had like a backyard and a grill to do that with of my own was about 10 years ago in LA. But yeah, I love slow roasted veggies. I love fire roasted veggies. My dad made some amazing shish kebabs once upon a time. That's another thing I've been doing forever. I haven't made shish kebabs.
Of course, if you fry veggies or slather them in oil or stuff, it is no longer all that healthy.
Yeah, I know. It somewhat negates the nutritional value. You are correct. But they're just, you know, it's good. Delicious.
But I do it with olive oil. Olive oil
There
is
you
good for you.
Yeah.
so unfair that all the great food must be unhealthy. It should be the other way around.
Indeed. You know, one thing I only learned relatively recently is the various distinctions between like the 15 kinds of olive oil that are out there. You know, the extra virgin and the different colors and all the varieties and whatnot. There's like
If your olive oil doesn't come in a can, you're not getting the right one.
I know.
I mean, that's just because olive oil degrades in sunlight, and so the best thing you could do is just get an opaque can.
Well, they also come in those smoke glass bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was
Just
a really
store it in a cabinet.
Yeah. My dad was a really good cook, but inexplicably, he was really shitty about storing stuff. Like, he'd store stuff in the garage, which had a window and no climate control. And it was stuff did not. There was stuff didn't go so well in there. Okay, I'm not going to go to the details, but one time I definitely got food poisoning from some sun-dried tomatoes he had in a jar in the garage. And it was no bueno. He also did his own homebrewed kombucha in the garage, and I didn't dare try that.
The flavor of botulism.
Yummy. Yeah, both my parents were a little bit hippie. Kind of explains me, doesn't it? Anyway. Alder Bane says, broccoli plus cheese sauce equals yum. You know one thing I like? I like doing broccoli, but... Fine, be a big hater.
No cheese on broccoli. I hate cheese on broccoli.
Well, Miller, you just gotta like let go of the hatred in your soul, okay? That's all there is to it. This is one point where we'll just have to have a gentleman's disagreement.
I think this is one of the things where, like, the reason I hate the broccoli and cheese is because the only time I ever had eaten or tried broccoli and cheese is like the frozen stuff that my mother would buy and then throw it in the microwave, and then it's like microwaved plastic cheese on microwaved frozen vegetables, and it is fucking disgusting. And I'm like, nope, never trying this again.
That's fair. That's fair. It's better when it's fresh.
It was down until like 20.
I do have a can of broccoli cheddar soup somewhere in the pantry.
Well, broccoli cheddar soup is not the same thing. This is literally whole florets of broccoli frozen with, like nacho cheese poured over them. It was not until I moved out on my own that I realized, oh my god, both of my parents are awful cooks. They always buy frozen stuff or like one ingredient meals.
You know,
they don't know how to make anything.
I gotta ask. Do any of you like those Italian salad dressing abomination American stores sell?
I used to like creamy Italian. I mean, I still do, but Kraft stopped making it, and I have not seen anybody else that makes a good one.
I don't dislike them fed, although they're not my favorite kind
I will
of salad
eat a
dressing.
salad if it's coated in Caesar dressing.
I usually like ranch on my salads.
Generally, my favorite, given the opportunity. I mean, I'll do ranch. Ranch is fine. But if there's a decent selection of possible dressing permutations, then what I'll usually go with is balsamic vinaigrette. I really like that. I especially like balsamic vinaigrette and blue cheese. Balsamic vinaigrette, blue cheese, and like candied walnuts. That's it.
Ashley
right
says, "I eat a salad if it's a caprese salad. Otherwise, not interested."
I like caprese salad too.
I mean, caprese salad's good, but that can't be the only salad you eat. Come on now. You can eat some actual salad greens.
Capri salad is like the meaty salami one, right?
No, that's the one where they take a pizza mozzarella and they slice it, and then they take a tomato and they slice it, and they interleave those, and then it has like a single piece of butter lettuce.
Lettuce.
Is that
It's
even really
supposed to be
a
basil.
salad? Oh, is
Is
it
it basil?
Okay.
Yeah. And hello, Zeronian entity. Who is raiding with a party too.
Hi, how was your game? What were you playing? Da, 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 da. I'm trying to do a thing like
Oh, yeah,
like
it's
Slush does. Go on, please.
Welcome to the Root Crew, where we... What do? We don't keep those tunes spinning. What do?
Well, it has to be some
We
kind
keep
of like
that chat going so your mind stays numb? I don't
no,
know.
it has to be some kind of like bordering on obnoxious amount of rhyming involving ooh. Like, welcome to the Root Crew. We love to see you and you too. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Help me out here, Chad. You think of something?
There's farm out banter to the chat.
Exactly. It's it's
Did
a crowd
Miller
solution.
just a woo? No, I would never a woo. Otherwise, I have to pay $350.
There should be a transformation day in fandom where everyone's required to adopt a species that someone else chooses and just be that for a day. You know, and it's.
I mean, you can make that. You'd get so many commissions on one day.
Okay, so now I'm thoughtfully rubbing my chin in considering the possibility.
See, that's what I thought you were going for. I thought you were just like, yes, I will convince them that they all need to get a new image of their characters of different species for this stupid holiday I made up.
Drifter Claps is raiding with a party of 7.
Oh my God!
Hello.
Welcome to the Root Crew. It's good to see you. What are we gonna do? Who knew?
So basically, furry Black Friday.
Nice.
Oh, you almost got that.
They're like... Can I have teleported to the top of this place? I did not actually see it on the map.
I don't know. I don't think I saw a teleport to the top necessarily, but
It would have to be a Tuesday. TF Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like Taco Tuesday.
Let me take a look at the map.
Instead of tacos,
Yep,
you're.
I could
you know,
teleport up there. I don't need to be doing
Nice.
this.
oh. Well,
But I do need that viscera. So.
yeah. Now you need to pick up your. You need to pick up your dropped souls.
Wow, Alderbane invoked the Great Space Coaster. You must be my age. Jesus. No one's gonna know what that is.
Nope. You say Great Space Coaster, and my first thought is that it was a ride at Action Park.
Great. Okay.
Oh,
Great.
Library.
Great Space Coaster was a kids sort of educational show during the whole like early '80s Sid and Marty Krofft Lidsville what were they thinking era. It's interesting. Kind of a it's incredibly creative. It was an incredibly creative show, but it's yeah. This theme song still plays on cue in my head. I swear to God.
It's a great space mountain, a mountain of space. That's great.
Wow, that's just dead on, Miller. Now here, if you want to see, hold on. Let me grab the intro because now I have to subject to it. Yeah, no, you guys see it. Thought you could escape. Look, it's rad. Okay, you need this in your life. You need to understand how amazing this was. God, 1982.
See, it's funny. It's 1982 because I'm just like, oh my god, this is so 70s.
Okay, up until about 1983, it was basically the 70s hangover. Like there were still bits and chunks of media that
The
were
1980s didn't really get started until 1986.
But no, I'd say I would say a little
The
early.
80s got started in 1979.
Disco was already dead by then.
Now, for me, what I consider to be the 80s energy really started around 84. You know, right when like the Smurfs and Transformers and He-Man and Rainbow Bright and all that shit came out. And then it was kind of waning by about 1988. Turkey Pope.
That is not going to work either.
Turkey Pope sounds like some really weird. It's like chicken keef. It's some really weird way to prepare a turkey that you would never actually want to try. You've had chicken pad
Wait,
thai. Well,
is
how about
Turkey
some
Pope a joke about how when you're butchering a turkey, there's a part of it called the Pope's nose?
Probably.
Wait, what? Is that true? No.
Yes, there's a part of the turkey. I think it's technically the groin.
Oh, no.
That it's called the Pope's nose, and it's supposed to be like the piece of meat that the butcher themselves gets to keep.
Oh my god, I never knew this. But that's probably because I've never carved up a turkey.
You need to watch more carving tutorial videos.
Yeah, that is true. I should do that. Now only my dad's family really did anything serious for Thanksgiving, and when they did, my aunt, who's like a super control freak, wanted to be like you couldn't get into the kitchen at all. She would banish you, and she insisted on doing stuff like that beforehand and entirely by herself. I think if you wanted to do anything, she would delegate like silverware setting to you, and that would be it. So I never really had the whole turkey carving experience. Apparently, the actual name for the Pope's nose is the Europegium. Let's just go with Pope's nose.
I was about to say, I'm sure it has a name that I don't care about because Pope's nose is funny.
There we go.
Yay!
So I
Oh,
figured
God.
out how to aim the machine gun. That was much easier.
Looks like the turkey pope got depopulated. I don't know.
Yep, she hanged herself. I knew it.
Oh crap!
Oh, she's not even dead. Fuck.
No,
Come
she's
on.
dead. We can talk
Oh,
to the
right,
dead,
that's-
remember?
I keep forgetting that.
Oh no, bad feels.
We've been hearing stories about a land you promised, a land you promised.
I look away and you already killed the turkey? That was quick.
It was kind of explodey.
If we looked for them hard enough are the dreams we have chosen.
Tombstone is a standard Jones one-liner. I'm very happy that I have a brand.
Cover for our sins, for the good we have done at the end of the road.
Oh my god.
God, now, yeah. What happens if you take her off the tree anyway, and you just have her dead body with you the entire time? She's like, "No, fucking leave me! Stop! Get me off! I can't move, but I can still yell at you, asshole."
Miller, have you ever seen The Frighteners?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh.
Arcus, it's not that Laika can talk to people at any time. She can only talk to them, like, it seems like only a few minutes after they've died. So it is, in the few minutes before they move on.
Can I not talk to her anymore? Oh, wait.
Yeah, the ape is dead.
R.I.P. So, Frighteners is a great bad 90s movie by what's his name? Lord of the Rings guy.
Go to where the waves die and listen to the sea.
Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson directed it.
Supposed to say Spielberg, and I'm just like, no, Brian, it's not Spielberg.
Oh my
And
god.
Brian's like, oh, right. I'm sorry, I know what you mean. It's Spielberg, right? And I'm like, no, Brian, it's not Spielberg. It's like,
No.
right.
I really
So it's
want
Steven Spielberg, and it's like, no, it's not Spielberg.
Well, now I really want to see Steven Spielberg's Lord of the Rings. I think that'd be amazing with like Harrison Ford as Aragorn in the '80s. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Ugh. I don't want that. I do not want that, Jonas.
Harrison Ford as Aragorn and like I don't know Brooke Shields as Arwen for some reason with like big ass hair. Anyway, how y'all doing, chat?
Why are you suggesting this, and yet the thing I can't get out of my head, even though it would never have happened at all, is Adam Sandler as Tom Bombadil?
Oh my god. That. What? God.
Oh no, she's picking up your bad language.
Thank you, Jules. Bought my first bag of decaf today. Technically, I suppose I haven't quit coffee. I've just quit caffeinated coffee.
I mean, that's the real goal, is to cut out the drug.
Yeah. And even then, I probably haven't quit it forever. I'm just... It's gonna be a while before I have any more
What is even the
caffeine.
point of drinking decaf, Jonas?
No, you're probably right. But... I don't know. I actually like the taste of coffee. It's weird. I know. I know. But, yes. Kid, I was feeling incredibly dependent. See, one of the things people, not everyone knows about caffeine is that it doesn't just wake you up. It also stimulates, like, dopamine and, norepinephrine and stuff like that. So it doesn't just make you alert; it also makes you interested and driven. And it's not good when you get to the point where it's like you're drinking 4 cups a day and thinking, okay, I have to have this before I can get anything important accomplished.
It gets less effective as you keep taking too much of it, right?
That's true. Yes, you develop a tolerance, which I did. So I meant to kick the habit, but then 2020 happened.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, if you see me at a con and I'm having like a cup, don't be like, Jonas, you promised, because it's gonna be a sometimes thing for me, like a once in a while thing. Like if I'm road tripping across, Nevada or something, and there's nothing for 50 miles, and there's a stretch there where there's like 50 miles. Then yeah, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee.
Wiki says that Orella was Primo's cousin. Too, I'm not sure if they say that outright, but I don't recall so.
So, everybody in the chat and everybody in the call, I'm curious. If you're going to make a post-apocalyptic game with furries, would you go with the furries were genetically engineered and overthrew the humans? Would you go with the furries are mutated humans? Would you go with there were never any humans? Well, which option would you choose if you had to do something like that? Like those two genres together, furry plus Mad Max kind of shit. Go.
I mean, the easy one is to just say ignore it. Just be like, oh yes, we are all humans, with my snout and ears that reach above my head.
And my tail that swishes to and fro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing would probably be, like, yeah, you probably have some kind of genetic engineering that it's like when the society, just before the downfall, they reach their apex, they're just like, well, we can't fix the climate, but we can fix ourselves. We could try to engineer for, a more wild climate.
Oh, like
and then things just got out of hand anyway.
Like take on animal attributes to try to adapt to a changing biosphere, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like they tried to do it not because people wanted to be animals, but because they thought they were actually gonna give themselves more survivability, and it ended up just kind of being a wash.
Nice. One guy's like, I have made myself into a charming little fox. Look at me. And everybody else is like, you just wanted to make an OC, didn't you? You just did. Just admit it. And he's like, no, it's an adaptation.
Let's see. The elder has ordered me to stay home. Nah.
You're a loose cannon, Laika. Give me your badge.
Okay. Where the waves die. Where our ancestors rest. Where rest weaves.
There is one way that Laika hands in her badge, and I don't think anybody wants that right now.
I mean, that's the other option for the ending of this game.
What's that?
Well, instead of Puppy dying, it's Laika dying.
Oh lord, I could see it.
And then Puppy becomes just like her!
No.
It's the circle of life.
Oh god, if Laika dies, then Maya has to die, right? If Laika dies and Maya doesn't, Puppy's gonna live an awful life.
Yay!
Ah, it didn't regenerate
Like-
anything. Weird.
Yeah, I think that one's already empty.
I'm saying this. Final Fantasy says, speaking of most popular games, you guys are just in Sandland. That's going to be released this April. I haven't heard of this one.
Don't know.
Oh, it's like manga. It's got kind of
I
a
forgot what was up there. I think
kind
it's
of
like,
what do you call it?
Can't go
Akira
there.
Toriyama. Well, it's made by Akira Toriyama. That's why it has an Akira Toriyama vibe.
Time loop Puppy becomes like it's Wolf's Rain all over.
quality leather.
You know who might like this Sandland game? I'm gonna point it at GC because I think it might be his kind of groove.
I'm going to... Just listen to the sea. Okay, going to the sea.
You know, when it looks like we're getting close to the end, we could do a channel points wager, like who will die, Puppy, Laika, or neither.
Give
Although
me
anyone could
at
look-
least one more option and I can do that.
Although anyone could look up a playthrough, so I guess maybe that's not so effective.
Well, clearly anybody who picks what ends up being the correct option was cheating, and therefore they should lose all their points.
That's true. They should all go to all those points should go to me.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm.
We'll have three options. Either Puppy dies, Laika dies, or nobody dies, and then a fourth option that just says Jonas vote for this one. Everyone can vote for what they want, and then Jonas votes for his option. He's the only one who can do it, and then that's the correct one, and so he's the only one who wins.
That's right. It's a zero-sum game. And I'm the only one who gets some, and you all get zero. That's how that works.
By zero-sum game, I mean I get all of the sum. That's how that works.
Okay, what even are those skeletons in the background? Are they fish? Are they like giant leviathans?
I think it's
No,
some kind
yes.
of... Yeah, they look like fish skeletons.
The wiki
Can you
says that
imagine-
Shiza, computer head guy, is probably a sheep wearing a helmet based on a hint.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're actually coelacanths. They've been alive for 25,000 years or whatever.
Well, they're currently not
imagine?
alive right now.
Yeah, they look kind of. They're looking a little. Look like they've gone south. But can
it's
you
fine.
imagine how stank those would have been? Like, you know, just sitting out there, giant ass post-apocalyptic fish. Just imagine the smell. Okay.
Marcus Velas's birthday boy Jonas gets all the points.
Goddamn right.
Jonas,
What?
when's your birthday coming up?
March.
That's not as close as I thought it was.
I should have said it. It's already passed. When's your next one? That one's passed too. I'm old. Griffin Miller, once you get past 40, you don't want to celebrate it anymore.
Oh, it is pronounced coelacanth, not coelacanth.
Yeah. I know that because of Jeopardy.
Oh, I didn't watch Jeopardy. When I was homesick, I watched Price is Right and Law and Order SVU.
Nice.
Where do I go to listen to the sea? The journal entry says where waves die. So they can't be here.
No, it's like the next... It's the screen before this one, right?
Yeah. I was there, but
What are we looking for now?
not sure where to stand to listen to the sea.
Oh, that one. I remember where it is.
Is it on this side of where waves die or the other side of where waves die?
It's on the upside down of Where Waves Die. It's on the inside out.
Other side, you're not looking for the sea itself.
I'm looking for some kind of... We have this giant nautical shell. Maybe I could use that to listen to the sea. Man, you can build up a lot of viscera with this.
I think it was around this part more or less.
Is it this thing? There we go back and she's dead. Where's the next place I'm going?
I'd say go ahead with the story at this point.
I don't have any story mission.
Maybe you haven't talked with someone, I don't know.
In order to do that, I need to talk to them during a specific time of day. And if I had to talk to somebody at night, then I need to leave anyway, so I might as well do some missions.
I was wondering if you have a favorite vegetable, by the way.
Are you asking Rick or?
Machine gun didn't hit anybody.
Rick, but I also guess in general, regarding our earlier conversation.
Favorite vegetable. Chili peppers.
I mean, that counts.
Yeah. Actually, let me double check to make sure chilies aren't a fruit.
If they don't go in a fruit salad, you can call them a vegetable.
Okay, technically chili peppers are fruits, but yes, I agree. Gosh.
Yeah, I'm trying to
If
decide.
if you're doing like the definition,
Beef does not go into a fruit salad, is it a vegetable?
Yeah, it might actually be broccoli for me.
if you're going to use like the scientific definition, they're all vegetables.
Yeah, broccoli is
It's a
probably the
mushroom, a
vegetable.
vegetable.
No, it's a fungus.
That's probably
not even a plant.
Yeah, that's probably the thing that doesn't count as a vegetable because who the fuck knows what a fungus is?
Well, did you know, this is creepy, that fungi actually are closer to animals than vegetables in terms of genetics?
Yep. This is why they have gills and are described as breathing. They do not have seeds.
There are a few fungi species that have zoospores, which are motile spores with flagella. They're like little sperm. They wiggle around, swim, and shit. Okay.
Anyway, favorite veggie, Rick.
Sorry, that got off on a tangent, Fed.
Yeah,
Go on.
I could say tomato, but that feels like cheating.
Tomato's not bad. Tomato's not bad. Are avocados vegetables? I really like avocados. I love guacamole.
Avocados
no,
are one of those
avocado
things
is a good
that's
and versatile
technically
answer.
fruit, but
Yeah,
But
avocados
so are
are a
tomatoes,
fruit. They just
so.
have one very big seed.
it's easy to say tomatoes, not necessarily because like they're technically a fruit, but they're just significantly sweeter than every other vegetable, so it's a lot easier to do stuff with them.
Avocados are definitely fruit. You can't say vegetable just because they're green.
This is the point where you come in as like the third party of just like, is a tomato a fruit or vegetable? You're just like, actually, tomatoes are a berry?
Tomato berry. Yeah, eggplant might be up there. Eggplant might be a candidate for me. I really enjoy a well-prepared eggplant. Not like the whole eggplant. I mean, like slices of it. I'm not gonna like eat a whole
Like-
eggplant.
Pretty sure chickpeas don't count either.
Aw, that's too bad. I love hummus.
I made that confit bialy for Christmas, and that had eggplant in it, and like, I think I'm good. I don't think I'm gonna try any other eggplant.
No, all right.
No, it was not my jam.
Okay, that's fine.
I think I did well in that recipe. I'm happy I made it. Did not actually
Nice.
like it all that much.
That's fair. That's fair. It's not for everyone.
No, it is very clearly. It's also like very clearly a thing you need to eat in a certain context with a
not
certain
fair that
palate
they add this stuff
expectation.
Well,
It doesn't really.
Scientific definitions and culinary definitions are different contexts.
this is true. This is true.
don't even know how to get down there.
No, eggplant's one of those things where like many
Okay.
like many veggies, it's just you just gotta fry the hell out of it. Or saute it or
Fungi are
something.
still closer to God and the devil than vegetables or meat, though.
I feel like meat's pretty close to the devil.
I mean, let's be honest, the devil's made out of meat, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Have we proven the Taos principle of the devil? Has the devil blood?
Look, the devil's a goat guy, okay? Goats are made out of meat. Ergo, by you know, modus ponens, I don't know.
By modus operandi.
Okay, I just need to fall down there. From which side?
Look at it this way, Miller. The devil is definitely not a vegetable, okay?
I mean, are we so sure?
Yes.
For all I know about botany, the devil could be a mushroom.
Look, I've been around the devil when he was getting very sweaty. He definitely smells meaty. Okay. Boy, that's
You
sure.
sure that could just be the mushroom sweats?
Yeah, that's true.
He could be like the orcs from 40K, where they're, you know, a living, breathing, talking fungus.
Do you ever go on like the D&D wiki and like look up D&D lore and just get
Wow,
lost
how are
in
you
it?
supposed to get in there?
Not lore, but I've definitely looked at a lot of the monsters and be just like, oh, so that's where this thing came from that was in this
Right.
one video game.
Yeah.
It was in a D&D manual from Gynax in 78 or whatever.
After I saw Honor Among Thieves, I felt the urge to look up a bunch of stuff that I'd never bothered about before. And
See, it wasn't that would have done it for me. It would have been the Adventures in Forgotten Realms sets in Magic. Those are the ones where I was just like, Minsk, Volo, I'm now learning these names. And then I saw them in the Baldur's Gate game, and I'm like, Volo, I know what he does. He copies your beasts and birds. And Minsk, he has the hamster. He does the hamster thing. Haha, hamster.
the hamster.
Hamster.
thing.
Yes, the miniature giant space hamster.
Yes.
I think one thing that I was weirdly curious about after seeing the Chris Pine D&D movie was like the acidity of a gelatinous cube. You know, because it was like a minute in there or whatever will...
Even inside the movie, it doesn't make sense. That was one of the ones where I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because you tossed a guy in there and he died in like 10 seconds. Meanwhile, they get in there and they're okay for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, really?
Was it 2 minutes? I feel like it was shorter
It
than that.
felt very long. It's just like, okay, come on now. You had a guy earlier who died in like a third of this time, and then you guys get out and you barely even have like a bit of a irritation on your skin.
Well, he happened to have a very alkaline chemistry. I don't know.
That boy was made out of milk and magnesia.
I don't know. Maybe if they were high enough level, they could just tank it.
God.
I guess that's the idea, is yeah, they just took a bunch of damage, but it didn't knock them out or anything, so they're fine. What's your analogy that you've either made or that you like the most of what 1 damage is like in real life?
Well, I haven't thought about it, but I guess 1 damage would be like, I don't know, nosebleed maybe.
The one I've heard is somebody throwing a pencil at you from across a desk.
That's rude.
Ashley says they were strong enough to fight against a lich who knows a 9th level spell. Yeah.
I think Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons in general is not meant to make sense.
Well, It's
I
weird,
mean, literally,
though,
it's not. It's a story writing tool.
well, it's weird though because you're right, but at the same time, it's still very structured, and I've always found that kind of fascinating. You know,
It's not
Like-
really a story writing tool because his pedigree was from wargaming.
yeah.
Okay, maybe
Like the
it's
literal actual wargaming.
Yeah. I feel like there's definitely two camps of people who play D&D. There's the ones who are there to try and create a story based around this interesting world and like interesting mechanics and like have things go unexpectedly so they can be creative in how they end up solving the problems and stuff. And then there's people who want to play this multiplayer, adventure game. And they care a lot more about like the combat mechanics and like the nitty-gritty details about things.
I'm spoiled by GUIs. If I had gotten into it as a kid, like really gotten into it more than just a little bit at summer camp, prior to the advent of graphical user interfaces, which I was there to see the beginnings of, God help me, then I would have gotten much more into it, because at that point it would have been like, I can use my imagination and dice and pen and paper. But I kind of like picked up and then put it down and then got into graphical games, and it's like now it's just like, but I can't visualize it without without it being in front of me to look at.
Okay.
If there's any researchers doing a sort of investigation to be just like, with the rise of visual media and stuff, like, is there a rise of things like aphantasia?
I don't know, maybe. I will say this: having a good GM makes a huge difference. Me, Void, and Mythics.
Oh, yeah.
Relatively recently, like last year, we played a little bit of tabletop, and it was a lot more fun because they're good storytellers.
Oh yeah, the DM can make all the difference. You know what's a sign of a good DM?
What was that?
Is if they your group starts focusing on some object or some person, and then you just see your DM kind of like look despondent down past the screen, take like 2 or 3 pieces of paper, crumple them up, and then just throw them away and be like, all right, you do that.
Nice. God, I wonder if I'm tempted to Twitch stream a game like Zork, where it's just text.
I mean,
Like,
there were
what's
parts
the-
of Talos Principle that did that.
It's true. Yeah, you're right.
There was the Brandon Lee Mulligan story where he was like talking about how he was DMing a game, and his players were at this wedding of this dwarf princess, and they did like a perception check with her, and they passed it with like huge successes. And there she was like, I'm not actually into this wedding. I'm basically getting betrothed. I was betrothed as a young child, and now I'm having to go through this wedding, and I don't like this guy. And so the players kidnap her, escape the wedding, and their goal is now to like help free this dwarven princess, but now they're running away from the entire dwarf army.
Good times.
That what was supposed to happen was the big bad evil guy was supposed to show up at the wedding and cause trouble, and then they go chase after him, but like he just had to throw away that whole story because now they want to do this like this story about this princess trying to fight for her own right to control her life.
Nice. It is still my hope, although obviously I'm not gonna like press it, that we do a D&D stream sometime.
I mean, there's always your birthday stream.
Well, I mean, like a whole campaign. So it would need to be more than one.
The one up there?
But yeah, that's true. I don't know what we're gonna do for my birthday. I haven't thought
we'll
about it.
just Keep driving. Okay.
What quest are you doing?
He's doing the quest with the thing and the stuff in the place.
Actually, you know what? Now I'm gonna look at my Steam list and see if there's anything.
Putting the ninjas everywhere now. So wondering if I should go back and teleport instead.
Anything I have been dying to see Rick play.
Have any of you ever tried Pathfinder?
Pathfinder.
Nope. I have never actually played a tabletop RPG.
Pathfinder is a fork off of 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Like, I've watched the D&D campaigns, I've seen other people play, but, like, never touched the stuff myself. Not as I have an aversion to it, I just haven't had the opportunity.
Right, right. If we were gonna do a D&D stream, who would GM? Shouldn't be me.
Wait, you don't want the bad guy to be named Flurgerhergenbergenstergen?
No, it's just that. Remember, you were talking about like the whole like campaign that went awry with the dwarf wedding. It would be something like that. Like I would spend a lot of time coming up with what I thought was a clever setup, and then it would get derailed because I missed something obvious. Either that, or it just wouldn't be any fun. I'm more into world building than plots. On the other hand, I could make a completely chaotic campaign that would be just like this endless onslaught of nonsense.
Rick, what are you looking for?
Find Moon Blossom in a cave where our ancestors rest.
Boxer says Force Rick is a lethal company. Are we thinking about doing that anyway?
Is it up and to the right there?
I think it might be.
Not on this screen, but like, I see there's what looks like a cave.
This place.
Yeah, that area. Either that little peninsula, I guess. Or the area directly above it. Drakon says I'd be curious seeing someone like Stoker DM. Nah, I feel like I'd want him to be a player just because he'd be more up for making the chaos rather than having to do the unenviable job of having to herd cats.
No, Stoker would be like, but can I flirt with this enemy?
Oh, get up there again.
Stoker receives a potion of Ugly Duckling. He's set to 0 charisma.
Might be able to do it with a shotgun.
You know, maybe I could persuade Void to GM. He's pretty good at it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do a little research prior to my impending birthing day.
Your birthing day.
Yes.
Your vagina
Birthing.
evacuation day.
Gives you fajita.
Would you like the
is your
chicken or
birthday?
beef vaginas?
When is your birthday?
March.
More specific?
Do I have to? Don't.
Do you?
Do I?
Do you? Do I? Do you?
Would you? Would I? Rada. All right.
Jonas,
No.
you can't have a whole month-long birthday. It's illegal.
My birthday is sometime between March 1st and 30th.
Almost. I'm pretty sure I can do this. It's just very finicky. Why did that not reload?
Roxy says, "Ever recruit D&D stream happens where they were able to include chat and participation." Yeah, you guys can be all the NPCs.
Chat would be the peasant railgun that we end up making.
Oh no!
And I'm out of everything.
Yeah, that's a precarious position you're in now.
You know what? I'm gonna avoid something real quick.
You're not really meant to do that jump yet, so if you survive, that's just a bonus.
Yeah, I can't get over this rock without another shotgun pellet. Unless I can.
You can if you angle the bike carefully.
Will not let me wheelie. There we go. Reload.
Alright, I both avoided bad. We'll see. We'll see. I think it might be fun for a one-off, maybe.
I don't see anything up here I need.
I think we've probably discussed this before, but I wonder what Haven Celestia RPG would be like.
There's been several people on the Discord that have had ideas about it and developing it.
I want to see an old school like pen and paper one with really like ugly looking black and white art in the manual. Like for some reason the wrinkles look like rats or something.
Oh, yeah, all of the
Very deliberately do
species
that.
are way.
The first edition art look.
They're drawn like way too realistically and way too much based on actual animals. And all of them look incredibly wall-eyed.
Where are you on the map?
But then you get to like the Leo, and then for some reason the Leo look like a furry drew them, where they look
Might have
kind
been
of
up
like,
there.
you know, attractive and stuff. But not just any furry, specifically a furry Rob Liefeld,
Oh god.
because they're drawn with like 80% of their body mass in their chest.
You're getting away from the blossom.
Marcus Bell says the Lehigh Gem here. That's outrageous. In fact, I would dare say that's truly outrageous. I feel like for the first edition HC manual from the 80s, the Leo they would feel very like they'd go for the whole like cyberpunk samurai kind of angle. You know, they just have straight up samurai swords and big shoulder pads and, you know, scouters. Leo can only be lawful good. They can't be in other alignment because they're just that good. Misa would all be like spies and scouts and thieves and stuff because, you know, they're those scurrying rat gangs.
Every Anop would kill you before you defy their honor. Now I'm thinking of that Martok image. Everyone was harmed in the making of this RPG.
You know, those background walls with the tree might count as a cave, which is confusing because it's not a cave you enter like others in the game.
Yeah, I know.
The Kusa would just be straight up Ewoks. They'd be like off-brand Ewoks.
Could have been the one lowered down.
Finding quest items can be frustrating. Let me know if you want a general direction.
This is a cave right here. That's a cave right there.
That minigun is too much power for you.
Oh, that's not it.
Oh shit, is my birthday gonna overlap with TFF again?
Is it?
I can neither confirm or deny that now.
Oh boy.
Are you going to TFF again? Remind me.
I don't know if I had a lot of money. And it's the sort of thing I probably should have planned out a month or two ago.
Do it.
It's a lot of money if I'm not a dealer, Miller. I mean, it's even a lot of money if I am a dealer.
If you go, we'll need to have cake. A really spicy
There
one.
it is.
Spicy cake? Question mark? Oh my god, Ashley wants to buy me a birthday barbecue. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll get a last minute flight on that awesome airline that I love so much.
Chat, don't let your friends fly Spirit Airlines. The upshot of that is that I actually went, after all that whole debacle was over, I went and did a bunch of research on like available transportation systems, including the one in Dallas Fort Worth. So if next time I will be vastly more informed, and something will still probably go wrong. Yay. Then it'll be my fault.
But yeah. Who else going to TFF? Okay, I know.
Just walk from Seattle to Dallas. That's the most reliable option.
Well, good thing I've got these boots. Yeah, who all in chat's going to TFF? Oh, Simon's going. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to. I want to go to like every con. Okay, well, not every con. I want to go to like about 8 or 9 big cons, including Anthrocon. I'd love to go to Anthrocon again sometime. It's been a long time since I went to AC, but ever since the whole like dealer room has to be like a lottery kind of deal, I've sort of said, well, I've kind of given up because, I mean, how the hell do you plan around it where you can't really make travel plans unless you know for sure you're going to have a table, right? But you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels kind of Sisyphean, you know? I mean,
And now Puppy isn't here.
oh, Puppy got
Where'd
kidnapped.
Puppy go?
She's going to die.
You're gonna die.
Bye. Do they do? I don't know. Do they do the lottery ahead of the cons? I've always gotten the impression that it's a very frustrating. Like, I've seen a lot of people express frustration about it. A lot of people, like folks who want a deal, and they just have no idea whether they can make plans or not. So, Sally, sorry, it says I only kind of go to Anime Expo. Last time I went to Anime Expo was 1997. I have a poster from Anime Expo 95 with the Catgirl sisters from Dominion Tank Police somewhere. It's in my closet, I think. Those are good times. Actually, I might have gone in 98. I can't remember. Yeah, I know. I would only go to Anime Expo now if, like, I had a bunch of friends to go with me. Or perhaps conceivably, if somebody like Trigger had a booth, maybe I might.
The revolver is like one of the most useful.
Nice.
Maxed out the revolver.
Never been to MagFest. I had an ex who was real big into MagFest, and while I was still with her, I briefly entertained the notion of going. But
Talk to the Chihuahua. I want to see what he says.
Merman, huh?
one bar's called Where We Forget. The next bar's called Where Other People Forget. And the third one's called, I don't know, I forgot. I should probably look into the dealer thing. Like, I should probably put more effort towards it. I could probably make it work.
Definitely think you could make it work.
I don't know. I mean, okay.
You just need to get the right materials prepared.
Yeah, I need to find out, like, what I know. Okay, I talked to Michelle Light at a con and asked her for advice on what works and what I should invest in. And she said signage is really big these days because you have to have it like way the hell up, like this like towering billboard kind of shit. And I could. I also need to wait. Who just joined?
That's Stoker.
Oh, it bat. There he is. Fed. It's bat.
Okay, so let's talk about ghosts and Christianity.
Okay.
Okay.
Changing subjects.
It's been like a week since I've been in the stream, and I promised that I would take this topic up the next time we came into the stream. So
No, I'm curious about it. So come on.
Did you? Okay.
I summoned
Okay.
him just for this.
yeah, Frederick got me just for this. Okay, this was so the short version, as short as I can make it, is ghosts, of course, are a universal cultural phenomenon when it comes to paranormal / legendary events, like and phenomenon encounters and stuff. It just doesn't get more universal than ghosts, right? Everybody got ghost stories. So the Catholic Church had a pretty cut and dry explanation for when people encountered a ghost. Their explanation was simply, well, that's just a soul that's in purgatory. And that's why it's not in heaven and it's not in hell. It's still in purgatory. Which, I mean, some questions still arise for me from that, considering some of the nasty history of some of the ghosts you see in European folklore, but nevertheless, that was more or less the bog standard explanation for it. Now, the problem is, yes, Team Snow Dog, I do know how to make an entrance. The problem is Protestants. That's just the problem
those
for
wacky
Catholics.
Protestants! Oh,
It's just the problem with that's just the problem for Catholics in general. So Protestants get rid of purgatory.
They just nerfed it. They just got rid of it in a patch. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
well, I mean, they needed the space, right?
They leased it out. Now it's anyway. Go on.
But they got rid of purgatory because they're like, it's not in the Bible. Because I mean, like,
Dante basically invent purgatory anyway.
no, purgatory's got a bit of a history before Dante. But they get rid of it because they're like, it's not in the Bible. And I mean, what, Jonas?
That
No, I
voice
just like the way you
specifically.
say that. Yeah.
Do you like the way I say it's not in the Bible?
Like that's just gonna be the canonical voice in my head for Protestants now.
Yeah, every branch of Protestant, every preacher, this is what John Calvin sounded like, this is what Martin Luther sounded like, this is what what's his nuts who founded the Methodists sounded like.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I'm
I'm just picturing it like that's their excuse for like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, why can't we make this recipe? It's not in the Bible.
it's not in the Bible. Anyway,
Go on.
if you're not careful, that's gonna become one of my go-to running jokes, Jonas.
What have I done?
But anyway, so the problem then became that according to most Protestant denominations, you either, when you die, you go straight to heaven or you go straight to hell. You do not pass go, you do not collect $200. There's no in-betweenies for Protestants.
No taxi back fees when you're going to hell. Okay, go on.
Yeah. But the problem was people were still seeing ghosts. And not always because they were drunk. They were they still saw them, so we still needed an explanation for them. And without purgatory, what were we to do? I'm sure you're all on the edge of your seats. Enter Ludwig Lavater.
Ludwig Lavatory?
Ludwig, yes.
Go on.
Enter Ludwig's lavatory. He just cleaned it. He's very proud. You can eat off the floor, but eat off the floor.
Don't like that.
He published a book in 1569, which was called De Spectris, or On Ghosts.
Good
And
title.
this was, I know, right? It's kind of obscure today, obscure and kind of forgotten, but this book was absurdly influential for many years,
Like-
centuries.
Like Golden Dawn kind of stuff. Is that what you're gonna say? Like
No,
Goetica?
it wasn't related to the Golden Dawn or the Goetia, because this one was this was more mainstream, okay?
Okay,
this
all
wasn't off the beaten path. You weren't as likely to get burned at the stake for having a copy of this book as you were for having a copy of the Lemegeton. So
Funny. Please continue.
the when I say Lemegeton, I mean the Lesser Key of Solomon, boys and girls. And if you're not sure about what that is, Google it. I'm sure nothing bad can come of that. But, so, basically, this was kind of like a collection of ghost lore, legend stories, and possible explanations for what ghosts were. Now, it's been a while since I've poked through this book, but I do recall he lists like three or four different possible explanations for what ghosts could be. And yes, as Simon Tesla pointed out in the chat, one of those possible explanations was demons. Disguising themselves as the spirits of the departed. In fact, if you were raised in any kind of mainstream Protestant denomination, like if you were raised Baptist or Pentecostal or something like that, that's probably the explanation you grew up hearing. It's like they're not really ghosts, they're demons in disguise, they're Decepticons.
There's.
Yeah.
I think
So-
Chris Jagger once told me something like that. But go on, please.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. Because that is an extremely popular explanation among Protestant denominations for any kind of spiritual phenomenon that does not conform with mainstream Christian doctrine and or dogma. It's just a demon. It's always a demon. Doesn't matter if it calls itself a ghost, a fairy, your face. It's a demon. And yes, Legotron, that does mean that all ghosts are Starscream. So... This is one of the more boring potential explanations for ghosts, but of course this book also posits the possibility that ghosts are all hallucinations or delusions. And I think there's a third option that it posits, but I don't remember what it is.
Bees.
Yes, ghosts are bees. They are be guy. Fuck, I can't.
Their
make
bee
that
is
word.
above. Lord of the bees.
Thank you, Jonas.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Break it in.
Let's see if I can find where. Let me see. I'm looking at the chapters of this book on this one website, and it's this copy of the text is one of the ones that has like all the extra E's and the VV's in place of W's. So we've got like concerning certain words of which are often used in the treatise of spirits. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find.
Sorry, I know you're trying to go off about like Christian mythology, but like stories happening in the game.
No. Okay, go ahead.
Our daughter has been kidnapped.
Oh no, puppy!
Specifically, this guy who's supposed to be looking after her apparently traded her away for the town's safety.
You know, Alfredo told you all along that Herman would be the traitor because of his hat. You did not listen.
And this book needs to be reprinted.
What book?
What do you mean, what book?
I don't know.
Jonas, what have I been talking about for the last 6 hours?
Okay. Oh shit!
Oh, jeez.
I didn't think. All right.
No,
I looked away for a few minutes and suddenly, boom.
Sell your organs now.
I don't want.
oh, we got some girls at the bar poster up at the top with some scantily clad bird ladies.
Nice.
Yes, I see that. Though it doesn't say girls at the bar, it says girls the bar.
Girls the bar.
So
Things happened
clearly,
off screen. Lots of them apparently.
Clearly, the bar is simply called girls. Who needs 2 kidneys anyway? Easy loan, 300% interest.
So civilization still sort of exists here. Sort of.
Have no idea where this is. Haven't driven here.
Easy Dan. Oh, it says easy loan. I was about to say easy Dan.
Who needs 2 kidneys anyway?
Oh, ow. There we go. We buy gold. Some things never change.
See, he's wearing the armband.
Mhm.
I'm not here to pretend,
Is this the lady who's been singing the entire soundtrack?
'cause I am
Yes, this is Becholi, and the character's name is also Becholi.
mirror gray.
She's cute, but isn't she like a bad guy?
Oh, I just got
Yeah,
here.
I think she is a bad guy because she's the one who stole Puppy.
Yeah.
She stole Puppy, and she still got to make the soundtrack.
There's no justice.
You know, on a topic closer to the subject of this game, I was watching a zombie movie the other night where a zombie burst up out of the grave riding a motorcycle.
Cool.
It was, let me see, how is this movie described?
If I die, bury me with my motorcycle. Why, Dave? If I turn into a zombie, I want to be the coolest fucking zombie ever.
Isn't that how Ghost Rider
Buried a
happened?
guy with their motorcycle, though.
Somebody who didn't want the motorcycle, I guess. Let me see, how is this described? It's an Italian movie, Frederick. You got the Italian horror movies are definitely different.
Alder Bane says, I see the gun under the table. Yeah, this feels like a scene where you can just choose to pull the trigger whenever you want.
Nice.
Let's
Oh
see.
shit!
Uh-oh. Oh no.
thought maybe this was a flashback. But it,
Stoker, write me the title of the movie, please.
I will.
oh,
This sure is a way to be written into a game's story.
taking no prisoners.
That's what happens when you take Puppy. Anyway, the
Well, her cassettes are going to be worth a lot more now.
damn Rick.
Too soon.
Anyway,
I wanted to spare her, did not get the option.
the movie is described off of the website through which I acquired it as the finest erotic, romantic, existential black comedy zombie gore fest of our time.
Mm.
And damned if that isn't accurate.
What is up with Italian horror? Frederick, explain.
Did you ever watch the Italian Alien 2 movie?
Not yet.
And I wonder when women bleed for the first time.
Obviously, when they get their first paper cut.
Yes, that's clearly it.
Nice.
There's definitely no other time when women begin to bleed.
Uh, that's okay. I just wanted you to take the gun off her.
What an idiot.
Game is not messing around.
Puppy! Wow, I had a fucked up dream, Mom!
Wait, is this the end of the game? Or?
He missed. She lives.
Oh.
You know, really wasn't
I can
the
relate
smart...
to this because my mom also procrastinates everything.
You know, it really wasn't the smartest idea in the world to kidnap the daughter of the immortal killing machine.
And now Maya's getting demented as well.
Such a happy
Have an
game.
exit. No.
Stoker, were you done talking about ghosts?
For the moment, but you never know when I'll broach the subject again. You'll never know when I ghost the subject again.
Oh.
Incidentally, if anyone wants to know more about the book I was talking about, there's this fun YouTube channel called Esoterica, where they have long videos that deep dive into esoteric topics related to, you know, religion, ghosts, occult stuff, obscure texts, etc., 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 etc. And that's where I first learned of this book. It's a little academic, a little dry sometimes, but it's still fun.
Legotron says, Grandpa Stoker, can we hear a story about werewolves?
Yes. Here's a story about werewolves. Why isn't there an openly horny werewolf movie yet? I suppose that's less of a story and more of a rant, but like, it's funny to me that the first like mainstream openly horny movie for monster fuckers was about a fish man. Like, it seems to me, it's surprising to me that werewolves didn't get there first. But Hollywood is, you know, like 40 years behind the cutting, bleeding edge of the furry scene, so. Jonas, how many werewolf movies would you say that you've seen?
Are we talking specifically the genre of lycanthropy horror, or movies like Van Helsing?
Wait, yeah, isn't Twilight 2 an openly horny werewolf movie?
Listen, we've had this discussion before. I've even been clipped saying these exact words that I'm about to have come out of my mouth again. That's Mormon horny.
Oh,
I want horny.
That's where that came from. Okay.
Yes.
Alfredo's now saying Laika's the traitor.
Yeah, well, what do you expect from a guy whose name is Alfredo?
Fettuccine?
Yes.
Alfredo may also just be crazy.
Exactly. But yeah, no, Twilight's like, wait until you're married to your one and only one true love before you have any Saxons kind of horny. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the, what's the meme? Being gangbanged by 40 werewolves behind the Denny's, like that.
Behind the Denny's.
Yeah, that's what completes the picture.
Not like on a cliff top, but under a full moon as part of the ritual, but behind the Denny's.
Yeah, behind the Denny's.
Behind the Denny's.
It has to be the Denny's.
Of course. I mean, where else?
Otherwise, there's no romance.
Are these like redneck werewolves? Anyway,
Oh, God.
Yeah, Denny's is where you go if you want to have some real romance. Waffle House is where you go if you just want to have a quick fuck.
See, you understand my vision.
Captain Kidgutter, huh?
Captain what now?
Okay, what quest we got? Need the radio transmitter.
This is a very happy game.
Oh yeah, that's the happiest game I've done ever seed.
Yeah.
You go to where Doom fell for some stuff.
First time chatter, Zach Links 3187
We're
says,
always
if I
lost.
recall correctly, it was 14 werewolves behind the Waffle House dumpster. So I may be off a little bit.
Good to know. I think.
But
Laika's not wearing her helmet.
oh my
That-
gosh, that's bad safety example
Bad.
for the immortal coyote.
Yeah, what happens if she gets like pasted on the road? Does she just reassemble like Jack Harkness or something?
Yes, that's what happens.
They're kind of
I
vague
like
about
that your
what
go-to-
specifically happens.
I like that your go-to for that was Jack Harkness, whereas in my head I was thinking of the T-1000, but you know, chunkier.
Well, I mean, okay, the T-1000.
Well, she did describe it. She's just like, you feel like you're in nothingness, and then you start to feel like a buzzing and burning until every cell in your body is feeling the worst pain imaginable, and then you just appear again.
So she just respawns.
I mean, she's immortal. There's nothing about healing from a coma or something.
Well. Hello, my kitty. Hello, my baby.
If she got chopped in half, would both halves heal? Okay.
I mean, that's how that works for, what's her name? Tomie from, Junji Ito.
No, I distinctly remember having an argument in what was it, 8th grade, with my friend Christian about this exact question about Wolverine. Like, okay, you chop off his hand, you know.
Oh, you have a friend, Christian? You also have a friend,
no,
Jew?
No, thank you. No, his name was Christian.
This is my friend Christian.
That would
This
be
is my friend
awesome
Jew. This
if
is
we
my
just-
friend Hindu.
Yeah, it would have been awesome if we had some random friend in Jew. That would have been amazing.
This is my friend secular humanist.
And this is my friend, Zoroaster.
I did know one kid who was a Jehovah's Witness, and he was weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen.
From what I understand, being
Well, no,
Jehovah's
Jonas.
Witness just messes you up, like, even more than most Protestants.
Yeah, it's a tough call between the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Mormons, but I'd probably give the edge to the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Anyway, but yeah, me and Christian and like, our other friend Warren would have these super nerdy discussions. Most of them were about anime because Christian was big into like Record of Lodoss War and stuff like that. But one time he was also into like the Chris Claremont era of X-Men. And we had the discussion about like, okay, you chop off Wolverine's hand, the hand grows back from the rest of his body. You chop off his head, you know, the body grows from his head. You know, what happens if you bisect him perfectly? Which side grows back, or do they both grow into new Wolverines? Like, how does that work?
I think you need, like, some kind of Heisenberg compensator in order to actually get the atoms perfectly subdivided.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
there's always going to be one half that is 50.1% and one half that's 49.9%.
Yeah, and there's
You
also
cannot literally split the atoms perfectly due to Heisenberg uncertainty. So there's always one half that's slightly bigger, and that's the one that grows back.
right, and it also ignored the fact that you need something absurdly OP to cut Wolverine in half. You know, because he's full of adamantium, which is like,
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
you know
he's
what,
had the
whatever.
adamant. He's been de-adamantiumed at least twice,
oh,
right?
yeah, that's true.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, you can literally just write a thing and be like, ah, yes, my adamantium cutting saw. It can cut adamantium. Because
Okay,
this is a
if
comic book
Thanos-
and stakes don't fucking mean anything, because you can just say whatever you want.
If Thanos, because it was Thanos in time.
Oh my god.
No.
So, okay, have you ever
Has
seen?
anyone ever written a story where he grows back to himself?
No, that's what we're discussing. Also, Kenku in chat says there's at least one comic where Wolverine grew back from a spit of blood.
Stoker, have you seen Marvel's What If?
No,
the
I haven't
series?
seen it.
Does anyone care if I spoil it? Because, I mean, let's be honest, none of you are going to watch it.
I have do not care, like, even in the slightest, so.
Okay, good. There's one episode, and they get away with a lot of shit under the banner of literal what if, because it's alternate continuity, which means they can do whatever the fuck they want. They know it. So there's one episode where Ultron gets all the Infinity Gems, and he like Thanos. No, he doesn't have all of them. He has some of them at first. Later he gets all of them, but he has some of them first, and then Thanos comes to claim them, and he one-shots Thanos by literally just head beaming him in half. Like, he shoots the head beam, Vision's head beam, and just as the second Thanos comes out of the portal, he's just like,
Yep, just slices them in half, and then the two Thanos has a surprised look on his face, and the two halves of him just like slide apart.
He doesn't even give Thanos a chance to say anything.
nope. He's just like,
That's hilarious, actually.
That's the one where they have the overarching kind of story starts where,
Arm some viscera to get the book, Rick.
Yeah.
because it was it's like Vision and
You go to
Ultron
where all was
recombined,
lost first, anyway.
and then they had all the Power Stones, and they took over the entire universe, and they killed all organic life everywhere for all time.
yeah.
And then it was like, he created a universe that was so quiet that he could observe other universes because there was nothing else for him to do. The story had to continue. But anyway, it's literally like the narrator is talking over his shoulder, who's the Watcher, who's one of these people who can look into multiple universes. And Ultron just begins to perceive him. And it's just like, wait a minute. There's somebody out there. And then through sheer force of will is able to just break into the multiverse.
Yeah.
God. My favorite take on the Watcher type characters was that one guy from that one episode of the Venture Brothers who just kept going, "Ignore me!"
That's right.
You remember him, right?
Yeah, sure. Nice.
Remember, you can get more viscera by corpse juggling.
That's right.
That sure is a sentence, isn't it?
Hang on, give me a lozenge.
And there you go.
Arcus Vela says he's literally perceiving the narrator and then punches his way through the fourth wall.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Deadpool did it first. Actually, She-Hulk did it before Deadpool did.
She-Hulk also did that in the Disney in the MCU series on Disney Plus.
Yeah, never.
Sure
I'll be
was,
honest with you, dude. I haven't watched a single MCU TV show except maybe a little bit of the first run of Daredevil.
No, I don't blame you. It's a lot of it's kind of.
I'm kind of MCU'd out.
No.
Completely honest.
Same. I mean, I enjoyed Loki. I enjoyed WandaVision. And I enjoyed Moon Knight. Moon Knight was great. But Moon Knight,
Actually, Moon Knight seems like something I'd enjoy.
Well, okay. The good MCU series stand on their own without relying on the rest of the tangled connections to the universe. You know, they have great actors. Like Oscar Isaac is amazing in Moon Knight. And
Like
Tom Hiddleston,
the way that the MCU used to be made.
right? Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Before they, took too much inspiration from comic books.
Tom Hiddleston is great as Loki, and he actually has like a producer credit on the series, and he had a lot of input into it. And they let him do what he wanted, so it was a ton of fun.
Man, can you imagine the MCU getting to the point where they have to have those little editor boxes start showing up in the movies? You know the ones.
Yeah.
Tell
You can
Nuva,
feel them.
Daredevil is a Marvel character.
Daredevil is a Marvel character.
Yeah.
I'll always think about this one post I saw where someone was like, if you told me there was a superhero who has no powers at all, except that he's really acrobatic and smart and has a bunch of gadgets, and you told me there's another one who was blind and his superpower was having enhanced senses, and that one of these was called Batman and the other was called Daredevil, I would punch you if you told me which was which.
Right. Hey, we're at some plot.
Yeah, it's gonna be super sad. Like,
yep.
super incredibly depressing.
No.
Ava, this is Laika's sister.
Oh no!
Was.
No!
Game is a marathon of sad.
One of Laika's other daughters.
Oh no, yeah, it was Laika's other daughter.
She had other daughters?
Laika has had. I think Puppy is her 7th daughter.
No! And they've all died?
Fourth, I think.
It might be 4th. It is not a small amount. It is not like she's had one and then Puppy. It is a thing where she's just had to keep trying again and again.
God, again, it's no wonder the kid's name is just Puppy.
Yeah.
Rick, we need a happier game after this one, as a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I suggest,
As a pal world clancer?
I have
No.
some mixed feelings about that one.
That's fair.
I was gonna try to make a joke by referencing another super sad game, but then I couldn't think of one.
Move across the wastelands with no cost.
Teleporting's now free.
Well, I guess I could throw these candles away.
Yep.
No, I've got it. Palette cleanser, super nice, cheery thing. We could do an Undertale genocide run.
All right.
Legotron says I'd rather have Pokemon. Well, you're in luck. There's already a mod that replaces all of all the pals in the game and all the humans with Pokemon characters.
This war of mine is also super wholesome.
Mhm.
And I need to go to...
Where the birds came from.
Keep doing Shaz's quest first. I recommend that.
Keep doing what first?
Jesus Quest?
Shizzes is what I heard.
Request by Computer Head.
Oh, okay.
Computer head, computer head.
Does whatever I can do her head.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was going for, man. I was going
They have this entire field of graves, so you can only save at this one.
Also getting that book from the gas station there.
Gas station book?
I get it.
Kenku says they already delisted the Pokemon mod. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably going to happen.
Well, yeah, not even
Whatever.
because it's not even because it's Pokemon's characters, but like having 150 models or whatever in the game, those are very clearly ripped from a Pokemon game.
Yeah, especially with how fast they came up with it.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted to play Power World, it is beyond my current hardware stats.
It's beyond anyone's hardware.
I'm
stats.
still sort of holding off on Power World until it can be determined for certain whether or not it's turning your computer into a Bitcoin mining operation.
Oh my god.
Is that
There-
yet another of the controversies around it?
There-
I've heard so
there's
many.
there's a memory leak. It's not mining Bitcoin. It's just a
Okay.
memory leak.
So it's just
Because it
shoddily programmed.
Yes.
Mining. It's
Really?
mining
You
my
see this
own
game and
loot.
you don't immediately assume that they're coding geniuses? How dare you? If they don't have good
Wow.
coding, then literally what else do they have? There's nothing else original in that game.
It probably is, given the devs' priors. But I've been learning more and more about how the devs' whole thing is plagiarism and how they ripped models from Pokemon and lots of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that, it's that Fang mentality, but in games. Because you need to understand, like 95% of what makes up Facebook and Amazon and stuff is not anything they made.
Oh, of course.
Huh.
Their
Oh, I
ecosystem.
hate this. No, can we not? No, please.
I don't think we'll be in here for long, so.
And the system requirements are probably high because they don't even actually know how to optimize, they just put stuff together from different games.
Probably.
Cleaning brush, huh?
Okay, at least we're not fighting him.
No, he's a friend. He's shaped like a friend.
Team Snowdog says, "Ah, I'm with Miller."
There's
Listen,
a surprising
y'all.
amount of Italian-sounding names in this post-apocalyptic game. Is this
Listen,
place
y'all, he's-
post-apocalypse Italy?
Yes,
It's
it's post-apocalypse
Spanish.
Italy.
It's a Spanish team.
Spain is post-apocalyptic Italy. I don't know.
No, Italy is post-apocalyptic Spain.
Everything's post-apocalyptic.
A Papaqua.
Yeah.
Britain is post-apocalyptic Germany.
Britain is post-apocalyptic Britain. Okay.
That's true.
Next time Maxi's guesting, I'm gonna have to be like, "So Maxi, is Italy post-apocalyptic Spain?" I mean,
Maxie will be so confused.
You can ask her now.
I love how quiet that correction came.
It's no, what is it? Andorra? No, Andorra is post-apocalyptic Spain.
why Andorra?
Why not?
Okay, fine.
I don't know. Mostly just because people are just like, "Where the fuck is Andorra?" I'm looking at a map. Where is Andorra?
I know
And
that
then
there's
it's like, "Oh, hey, did you know
listen.
there's this tiny country between France and Spain that's like 50 square
Listen,
miles?"
if you really, really want to see Andorra, all you have to do is watch an episode of Bewitched.
Oh, nice. I got that. I got that reference. I do know that there's a part of Spain that looks exactly like the Old West, like when they have to when they're doing some Old West thing and it's BBC and they don't actually want to go to America, they just film in that part of Spain, like Doctor Who did that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's why so many westerns were filmed in Italy too.
Right,
You know?
right.
It was cheap and they had stuff.
But do they really have stuff? I mean,
I don't know. You'll have to ask Fed if Italy has stuff.
Frederick, does Italy have stuff in it?
And now we play the waiting game.
It is stuffed with stuff.
The wedding game
I can confirm.
sucks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Well, Fed says Italy is stuffed with stuff.
Okay,
So-
good. There you go.
Like ravioli.
Stuff with stuff.
If Italian westerns are spaghetti westerns, can Italian horror be like lasagna horror?
I mean, some of the special effects kind of look like it.
Right, yeah, there you go.
Ragu horror.
There you go.
Ragula.
It's more of rotini horror.
Rotini horror, nice.
I can probably open half.
Let's see, which Italian horror movies?
See, you
have
say
I
that, and
seen?
I'm just thinking, Rotini! Like a little Jawa.
I've seen Suspiria. I've
Ah,
seen
Suspiria.
yeah, OG Suspiria. I still haven't seen the remake.
You should see it. Tilda Swinton plays a very convincing old man.
Well, that's just in regular life.
You really
There's,
need to watch The Aliens 2-1 and tell me what you think.
Okay, fine. Let's see. I've seen City of the Living Dead. I've seen The Monster of the Opera. I've seen Mill of the Stone Women. The one I watched last that I referenced with the zombie on the motorcycle is called in the US it was called Cemetery Man, but in Italy it was called Della Morte dell'Amore.
Wow.
Or it's like Della Morte dell'Amore.
The Liver of the Dead.
What?
More or less. That was part of the movie. That there was a lot of things that happened in that movie. That movie had enough things for 5 movies. What other Italian horror have I seen? I know there's gotta be more than that.
Suspiria?
What about Suspiria? I already mentioned it. I still need to see, oh, that's right, I saw Dario Argento's crap-ass Phantom of the Opera movie.
You know, I honestly thought for a second you were going to say I saw Dario Argento's Christmas.
Yes, Dario Argento's Christmas. No, like, it's weird to me, because Dario Argento is one of the most beloved Italian horror movie makers of all time. He has made some stone-cold classics, and then he's made things like his version of the Phantom of the Opera and his version of Dracula, which are easily among the worst versions of those stories ever put to film.
Yeah, it's like Tim Burton. You know, like you want him doing his thing a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. In Dario Argento's Phantom of the Opera, the Phantom has no physical deformities or disfigurations whatsoever, but he was raised by sewer rats as an infant. You know, as you do. Yeah.
So is he a Ninja Turtle?
No, he is not a Ninja Turtle.
He's going to tell us where the cash is, but you don't use cash in this game, so...
Well, I mean, you know, maybe by cash he means viscera.
Yummy.
Yeah, no, Dario's Phantom of the Opera stars, do you know who Julian Sands is, Jonas?
Warlock, poor guy.
Yeah, okay, so you did hear about that, huh?
Yeah, I did.
There, he's
For those of
Deadpool.
you who don't know, Julian Sands, who played the title
Wait, can
character...
you still talk to him? Ah, damn.
Nope.
Julian
Well,
Sands...
confirmed, birds don't have souls. You can't talk to them after they die.
Oh, well, bad news for you, Miller.
Of course,
Wait,
birds don't
shit.
have souls. That's why they need the Pope.
Makes sense to me.
Yes, see, that was as explained in this 1585 treatise called On Birds and Souls. But no, for those who don't know, Julian Sands was an actor who played the title characters in he played the title character in the first 2 Warlock movies, which are like cult 80s, 90s horror fantasies. And he also, unfortunately, played the title character in the Dario Argento's Phantom of the Opera that I was just ranting about.
Yeah.
Very memorable actor, played in a ton of things, memorable voice and presence. And he died last year in a very weird way.
Yeah.
He is apparently a very good hiker, loved to hike, and went out hiking in the wilderness of California. And just frickin' disappeared. And they looked for him for ages and ages trying to find him. and couldn't. And his body was discovered, like, I don't know, 6 months after his disappearance.
Yeah.
And
Sucks.
yeah, it sucks a lot, especially since by the time they found it, there was no way to determine what caused his death. Like, when a body's been out in the woods for that amount of time, cause of death is not something that's easy to determine anymore.
Anyway, on that wholesome note,
Who we raid?
why don't we do Rad?
Raid Rad?
Rad, because Rad is rad.
Raid Rad?
That's right.
Rad!
Rad. Okay. Anyway, friends,
Romans?
countrymen, lend me your ears. Here, I'll just gotta go get a knife. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Jesus. Okay!
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night!
Bye bye.